What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. It's episode 51, and today we are going to be finishing up the busy month of December and heading into the month of January. Looking at the table, we are in first place after 18 games, so one game away from halfway through the season. We have 44 points. We are still undefeated. We have 13 wins and 5 draws. 0 losses, and we are 2 points ahead of Liverpool. Looking at the top scorers halfway through this season, and 2 Liverpool men, Salah and Jota, up at the top. Our top man is Telford. He is in 7th with 8 goals, and then Hopkins has 7 goals. He's down in 15th. In terms of assists, Bennett is number 1 in the league, 15 assists in 17 matches. He has over double second placed. And then Telford also has 5 assists. He's down in 4th place. So some nice numbers there in the assist totals. In terms of clean sheets, if Shepherd is in 4th with 7 clean sheets in 18 matches. Pretty good so far. I'm happy with his performances this season. Hopefully they continue as we keep going. Our first game for this episode is going to be against Everton. We are going to Goodison Park. And we're trying to pick up a win here in this one and continue our run. Everton would come forward, though, in the 22nd minute, looking to get this game started off pretty early in the first half. Fulgini is going to put through Bernardeschi, and he ends up beating the defender and then finishing that one to put Everton up 1-0. A couple minutes later, and we would come forward looking to tie this one up and get a goal back. Rollins is going to find Marsh. Marsh is going to find Bennett, and Bennett finds the back of the net to bring us back to 1-1 and put us level with Everton. Nice little pass there into Bennett, and he is always going to finish it from there. Into the second half now, about 10 minutes after the restart, and Everton would come forward looking to reclaim their lead. They're going to play it around the box here and eventually work it in. Bernard finds Allen Bernardeschi, and he grabs his second goal of the game to put Everton back up by 1 goal, 2-1. But in the 70th minute, Hopkins is going to burst down this left-hand side. He's going to look towards the middle, find Bennett. Bennett is going to turn and give this one to Telford, who finishes it to give us a 2-2 tie right here and put us back into the game. Nice finish from Telford there, and a nice little pass by Bennett. And then in the 90th minute, we would try to see if we could find a winner in this one. Marsh is going to find Bennett. Bennett is going to work on the outside of the box. Eventually, he gives it back up to Marsh, who finds Hopkins, and Hopkins blasts it across goal into the back of the net with just seconds remaining on the clock to give us a 3-2 lead against Everton. That was the last kick of the game. We win 3-2 in an absolute thriller to start off this episode. After that, we see that Tom Williams is unsettled. He's looking to cancel his contract, and if we look at his potential right now, it's 88-94. We cannot let him go. We will be calling him up and promoting him to the senior squad. He looks like he'll be a pretty good player. And hopefully he can serve as a very good backup and continue to grow. So we have someone to put on that right side instead of Hopkins. You also get an offer here for Alex Wynn. It's an £8.5 million offer from Granada. We will reject that, and then just going to check out Tom Williams' potential. He's an exciting prospect, so pretty good potential right there, and I think that he'll definitely do some growing throughout the season. He'll play a lot in any cup games or Europa League games that we have as that backup to Hopkins. Our next game is against Watford. Watford near the bottom of the table, so this is a must-win game for us as we progress in this season. And within the first 10 minutes, we were looking pretty dangerous. Matondo down this left-hand side is going to burst forward. He's going to cut back inside and slip one through to Jenkins, who just pushes it past the keeper. Really nice, easy finish right there. Jenkins did not have to do too much. the pass was good enough to get him open, and then he just finishes that one, puts us up 1-0 against Watford. A couple minutes later, and Williams would pass that one into Reese on his debut. Reese would find Andia, and Andia burst through on goal, and he's going to finish that one. I believe that might be his first goal for the club. If it's not his first, it would be his second. But he's been a very good signing. We got out of free agents, and he's been so good this season just as a backup CDM. Right before halftime, we're going to come forward again, and Dia down this left-hand side is going to hold up the ball using his strength, pass it back into Matondo, and Matondo gets it to Levitt. Levitt to Jenkins, and he spots Matondo wide open. Matondo, just a nice little simple finish into the bottom left corner, puts that one past the keeper, and puts us up 3-0 in the first half, basically putting this game out of reach in the first half. But we weren't done. In the second half, off of a corner, Reese is going to whip this one in, and Cian Evans will head that one home. If you remember correctly, he will be leaving us in January, going on loan to Metz, I believe, just for the January second half of the season. But he's able to score before he does leave. Watford would get a consolation goal here as they work in the box, getting some room, and eventually, after some nifty footwork, they will pass it in and get that goal. So we do give up the clean sheet. However, we are able to, get the victory in this one. They would actually get a second consolation goal in this one. They come forward with a couple minutes remaining and put another one in the net. So 4-2, we lose the clean sheet and then give up another goal. But as I said, we would get the victory in this one, 4-2. Our first half lead was just too much for Watford to overcome. And with that, we are in the January transfer window. Baker will depart. Evans is out on loan. Prosser is out on loan. And then Hillier will also depart. Looking at the monthly scouting report for January, and we do have some interesting prospects here. None that are really absolutely insane just off the bat. Although we do have Nathan Bound. The rest of the scouting report was pretty but Nathan Bound looks very good. Worth £1.4 million, only 15 years of age, 74-94 potential, and we will sign him up. Another good player found by Bryn Bowen in Wales. We'll have to see what position he is. When we go into the youth squad monthly report, we will see as we look through the squad, Nathan Ellis is up to a 65, and he is going to be an exciting prospect. So a good goalkeeper right there to keep in the academy. We also have players like Scone, Beatles, who don't look to be that great, along with Pritchard, who has a high overall but a okay potential. And then our two really good prospects, we have Allen there with 91-94 potential, and hopefully Nathan Bound. You can see there he was a center forward, and he has a pretty decent overall to start, and hopefully his potential just keeps going up. Our next game is against Newcastle United. We are hosting them at the Rodney Parade, and in the 10th minute, Bennett would get through on goal. He'll hit that into the top right corner to put us up 1-0 early on against Newcastle. Always love getting those early goals just to set the tone for the game and give us a lead to play with. Playing with a lead is so much better than trying to chase the game, and we would come forward again looking to double that lead in the 25th minute. Bennett is going to charge forward. He spots Telford and slips that ball through to him. Telford is able to get through on goal, and he will hit that near post to put it past the keeper and double our advantage. Within 30 minutes, we go up 2-0 on Newcastle United. They would come forward, though, looking to get back into this game. Lauren would dribble on the edge of the box and get that one to Avila, who would get it back into Haidara. He gets it back to Lauren, and they would score in the 72nd minute. However, off of a corner, Marsh is going to whip this one in. We're going to be looking for Alex Wynn as always. He's our target off of the corners. And so Marsh will whip this one in, and Alex Wynn gets up and puts it home to give us a 3-1 lead, hopefully putting this one out of reach for Newcastle. So a 3-1 lead after about 80 minutes. And then in the 90th minute, we would come forward again. Mola down this left-hand side would hit Jenkins. Jenkins is able to push it past the defender and get into the box, where he's going to cross it and let Bennett finish that one right there. Captain Bennett coming through again, sealing this game off and giving us a 4-1 victory against Newcastle United. We pick up another 3 points in the league, which was really good to see. It was really nice to be able to get the consistent victories in the league. Into an FA Cup game, and we are going up against Salford City, so I rolled out the backup team for this one, and Connor Reese would hit Jenkins immediately 25 minutes in, and Jenkins is able to put that one past the keeper to give us a 1-0 lead. So a good start to this FA Cup match. And then still in the first half, a couple minutes before the end of the first half, Andia would find Levitt, and Levitt would come forward. He's eventually going to lay this one off to Reese. Reese lays it off to Jenkins, and Jenkins shoots past the keeper and is able to double our advantage on the stroke of halftime right there and give us the 2-0 lead going into the half. Really nice performance from Jenkins. He's been pretty good in both the league and cup ties, as well as Europa League. So exciting to see what he has for the rest of the season. Right there, we would get through on goal, and Reese would get his goal in this one. He deserved a goal in this game. He was doing a lot in that cam position, and he was finally able to get one and put his name on the score sheet. We beat Salford City pretty handedly, 3-0 in that game. After that, we get an offer for Peter Conlon, £60 million from Everton. We will be rejecting that one. He's now up to an 81 overall, which is pretty impressive. And then our next game is actually against Everton. So after we reject their offer for Conlon, we then host them at the Rodney Parade. And 10 minutes in, Bernardeschi is going to carry this one across the halfway line with some nice footwork right there. Eventually, they would end up getting it to Fulgini, and Fulgini is able to beat Shepherd with a brilliant shot right there and put Everton up 1-0. They would come forward again, looking to double their advantage in the 30th minute, and this time it was Bernardeschi. He does a little drag back, and Alex Wynn gets in the way between him and the ball, and they call a penalty. We'll take a look at the replay right here. As you can see, he impedes him getting to the ball, so I guess it's a good call, but that's a tough one right there. Nothing I could really do about that one. I went into the right position, and I just got beat by the skill move and ended up giving away the penalty. Daka would step up for this one, and he puts it top left corner. Absolutely amazing penalty. No chance at saving that one. We would try to get back into this game in the 35th minute. Coming forward, Marsh down this left-hand side would find Rollins. Rollins goes into the box, shoots, and puts it past the keeper to bring the lead to 2-1, which means we are now back in this game, only down by 1 goal, and anything can happen. But Everton were determined not to lose their lead. They come forward a few minutes before the half, and Daka is able to finish that one to restore their 2-goal advantage and put them up 3-1. In the 70th minute, Hopkins would get loose on this right-hand side. He charges into the box and finesses it around the keeper to bring us within 1 goal once again, trying to make sure we don't lose our unbeaten status in the league. And then in the 90th minute, with only a couple seconds left on the clock, Hopkins is going to charge down this right-hand side again, cut into the box, and finesse it around the keeper to tie it up at 3. He saves the unbeaten season for us so far. and we are able to grab a draw against Everton. They came into this game, played very well, but 2 late goals from Hopkins is able to save our skin right there and prevent us from our first Premier League loss of the season. After that, things didn't get much easier. We were off to the Etihad to face Manchester City, and they would come forward in the 27th minute here. Playing it around, De Bruyne is going to find Phil Foden. Foden gets it into the box, and Bustos is able to beat Alex Wynn and get the goal right there. But we would come right back. It's Bennett looking to get things going. The ball ends up with Telford, and he's able to grab another goal this episode and put that one past Ederson to tie it up at 1. 5 minutes before the end of the first half, and Marsh would slot through Adam Rollins. He's going to find Bennett, and Bennett hits the back of the net with that shot. A really nice shot right there to give us the 2-1 advantage over Man City. A pretty big goal too. Man City, obviously an incredible side, so to get the lead against them is pretty big. And then right before the end of the match, we would come forward looking to seal this game. It's going to be Ibrahim Marsh coming forward. He is going to put a through ball through and hit Bennett. Bennett goes into the box. He's going to stop and then lay it off for Rollins, and Adam Rollins finishes that one with a great power shot into the top right corner to give us a 3-1 lead and seal this game. And we end up beating Manchester City 3-1 at the Etihad, picking up another 3 points in the league. So after 23 games played in the league, we have 17 wins and 6 draws. We are 2 points ahead of Liverpool, and then we are 15 points ahead of Man City. So right now it looks like it's going to be us and Liverpool going forward in the second half, fighting for the Premier League title. Really good from Hopkins this episode, and especially in that Everton game, being able to save the game with that shot in the final seconds. Really impressed by him coming up clutch in a really big situation there. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like on the video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys soon with a new episode.